Hey everybody, it's Highly an Alchemist, and welcome back to Let's Play Banjo-Kazooie. In the last episode, I said it before and I'll say it again, fuck the engine room. In this episode, we're going to finish off Rescue Bucket Bay, so what we're going to do first is go right inside this entrance here, through the entrance pipe. And we have a kitchen! Ooh, I wonder what they're serving. Nothing, of course. Just some very low quality, cafeteria food. Because, I mean, let me tell you, like, the cafeterias in schools, like, at least the ones I went to, their food is never good. And I don't know if this applies to at least every school with their cafeterias, but none of the ones I went to had any good food, so that's why I usually bring my my lunch from, or I bring my own lunch with me instead, because I just don't want to go through that. And yeah, you do need to use the Wonder Wing to get through the either the stoves they're on, or through the oven, or those two ovens, because they are very hot, obviously, and so of course, well, you know, you take damage from them. Yeah, hello there, Mr. Life Taker, right there, because that's what you are. There's actually a couple more enemies that I completely forgot to go over. Well, actually, I think I should save that until we actually encounter said enemy. So first things first, you can see these two windows. You can actually kind of tell which one's different, because you can see which one's kind of, Did that guy just like, zoom right into me, or just run right into me and just to attack me? Let me see, well, okay, maybe he did. I don't know. To me, it kind of looked like he just suddenly zoomed right to me just to attack me. So anyway, I believe this right here is the, control room. And what do we have here? This very suspiciously looks exactly like the map of Treasure Trove Cove. It does. I'm not even kidding. Like, does it look like that to you guys? It very suspiciously does. Yeah, most of the rooms that you find, this is where you'll be finding a lot of music notes. But anyway, so those two windows that you see, one's kind of like a 2D-ish maybe, but the other one looks a little brighter and looks has a bit of a 3D view right here. One with that kind of look, that's where you can actually be able to shatter that window, and that way there you can go inside. Which is kind of odd though, because both of them look exactly the same, yet the other one that's completely 2D, it's still, it doesn't shatter easily, it's still, unbreakable. That's odd, I should say. I don't even know how that's possible. And this here looks like, the captain's bedroom. I mean, it's gotta be because of how fancy it looks, and, you know, the captains of a pirate crew usually have fancy bedrooms. Alright, this guy right here. Okay, that's the one. So, these guys are called Grimlets. And, yeah, you get too close to them, then they will, you know, come to life, and they will attack you. You can kind of tell, though, because, of course, they look a little brighter, and then they can kind of, come to life. Oh, yeah, by the way, we're in the cruise room with all these bunk beds. Here's a little cameo I would like to show you guys. Zoom in here. Does this look very familiar to you? I mean, clearly, because, I mean, to those of you who may not know this already, because, well, I mean... Well, I mean, some of you do, but that was because it was, some sort of a beta development cycle I was going through. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is Berri from the Conker series. I know what you're thinking, we're like, whoa, how is that Berri? Because last time I saw Berri, she looked a lot like Lola Bunny. Well, actually, to those of you who are not aware, currently not aware of this, is that, originally, Conker's Bad Fur Day, you know, an M-rated game, by the way, it was originally going to be a game that's directed toward the younger audience. And it was originally going to be called Conker's Quest, and then later on, 12 Tales Conker 64, and if you saw the video footages of them, then, of course, you see Berri in there, and that's what Berri used to look like. And, of course, she looked like that in Conker's Pocket Tales as well, for the Game Boy Color. But then, once they decided on Conker's Bad Fur Day, because of how the original game got panned a lot, because it was too kiddie, and then that's when Rare, somehow, they changed from a Kitty Kids game to a different kind of game, where it's all, you know, beer, all these alcohol, the raunchiness, and, you know, that's how Conker's Bad Fur Day came to be. Yeah, it's definitely like one of the weirdest development cycles that game had to go through. So they had to retool that and change from a happy-go-lucky kind of a squirrel game from, or you know, Conker itself, who originated from Diddy Kong Racing, into a drunken, some sort of drunken or heavy beer-drinking asshole that we know of today. And that's Conker's Bad Fur Days development in a nutshell. Oh man, that's, you know, the kind of history that we shall forever remember. It's weird, but, I mean... And it was so controversial that too, because, you know, because Nintendo just, like, they're like, what? I mean, that's just, you know, the biggest what kind of a thing that just happened, but... I'm kind of losing my speech here. I can't really seem to think straight right now because I've had a pretty long day, so I'm a little exhausted right now. So my commentary might feel a little limited for this video. Those other enemies that we just saw, I'm not sure if I actually did go over them or not, but in case I haven't, those are called the boom boxes. Unlike all the other enemies, after you kill them, they don't really drop honeycombs. Like, if you actually go near them, they do chase after you, but then after a while, then they'll start flashing and then they explode. Because, well, you know, they're basically TNT boxes. But just stay far away from them, because if you go near them, they explode, and then on contact, then you do take quite a bit of damage there. Actually, you know what? If you try to attack them head on, then they actually do explode instantly, and of course you take damage as a result. Now, the only way to kill them without ever taking damage is by using the Wonder Wing. That's kind of the easy way to go. Now, this grunty switch right here kind of took me quite a few tries to get to because like, it's kind of easy to miss there if you just if you try to jump from here. I think that's the position that you just have to jump from, and that's how I made it. It's very tedious like that, but at least I made it though. So you have to make sure that you're jumping and then your landing is very much precise, so that way there you can get to the you'll be able to get to the grunty switch. Okay, yeah, I've really gotta remember, like, you know, this is not Super Mario 64, which usually ground pounding actually saves your ass. Well, quite literally. But, like, because in that game, in order to prevent yourself from taking fall damage, then all you do is just ground pound, and then you're safe. Simple as that. That's not the case here, unfortunately, because if you start falling down, if you want to try to prevent yourself from taking fall damage, and then for that you use the Beak Buster, because, you know, because Super Mario 64, except that it actually doesn't work at all, and so you still do take damage from that. So I think the only safer way to prevent that is just by descending downwards slowly, just with the Kazooie flapping down like that. So that's all the music notes that we have gathered, and we shall create more bridges, and of course, just by dropping out of that big TNT crate, then creates a new opening, and we'll just have to see where it leads to. Before doing so, we're going to have to go to the very end of that, very end right over there. Because there is an orange Jinjo that we have not picked up yet. So I think we should go ahead and do just that. And so there we go, there's our last Jinjo, and so there's our Jiggy right there. And yeah, there's also something that I wasn't able to bring up because I guess I was too busy ranting about why the engine room sucks so badly. I kid you not, guys. I actually had to do 3 recordings for this level. Because usually for each of the levels I do 2 recordings, because, you know, the first half was just the first 5 jiggies, and second recording is just the other 5 jiggies. Not this time, though, because of the amount of times I kept dying in the engine room. And because the video was going to take longer, and the way that I had to process the video would take hours to complete. So in order to save that from happening, then I actually had to do 3 recordings for this. And that just goes to show how much this level sucks. So anyway, ooh, would you look at that, we finally have a boss. And this here is Boss Boombox. He's a little easy, though. I mean, just as long as you know what you're doing and just be careful here. Well, I mean, at least the first part of it's pretty easy. Is that you can just use Rat Tat Rap and then keep doing that repeatedly, and then he'll break down and then just kind of multiply right here. Of course, the more you do that, then the trickier it kind of gets. So I think once it gets to that, then I would advise that you just go ahead and use your gold feathers. Assuming that you still have a nut, though. And after that's done, then after all the other smaller boomboxes have been defeated, then there's our Jiggy. And so that's all 10 Jiggies we have, and so now we have collected everything in Rusty Bucket Bay. And so we are finally done with this hellhole. Thank God. Yeah, I mean, it may seem like that all the other missions that we had to do, you know, Engine Room besides that, they may not be so bad, but who gives a fuck? The whole level still sucks anyway, and so because of this ass, you know, this kind of ass-like design, I can't for the perfect words for them, but bottom line is, the Engine Room I hate so much, and so that just caused me to hold a huge grudge against this level. Well, I mean, for the entirety of the level. I don't care what else it did right, it just sucks. And so, you know, fuck Rusty Bucket Bay. Again, if you're playing the Xbox Live Arcade version, it's not so bad because, you know, because the music notes are thankfully permanent collectibles, and so therefore you can be able to go to the engine room whenever you want to. You can save it for last if you want, but N64 version, like the one I'm playing, it sucks because, you know, because you can only get the music notes in one go. So make sure you do the engine room first if you were playing the N64 version. And so here's our third water switch, and that raises the water level, and that kind of covered up the entrance to Rusty Bucket Bay. But it's easier to get to that blue warp college right now. And so a couple more things that we need to do. That jump right there kind of looked like he was kind of clipping through, or clipping onto that. Or just clipping through that that ledge there. So anyway, a couple things that we gotta do. Of course, the Jiggy from that Grunty switch is right here, so let's pick that one up. And the other thing we need to do is just the one more thing that well, actually, yeah, I wanted to check through those alcoves there. This one had the gold feather, but not the other one for some reason. So let's go through this pipe tunnel here. And we have our fourth and final water switch. Wait, hang on. How many was that? Wait, that was 3, right? Hang on, let me think. Oh, wait, no. Oops, never mind. I'm fucking wrong. Okay, the other one from that in the Rusty Bucket Bay entrance, that was the second water switch. That one we just got was the third water switch. I got that all mixed up. I thought there was 4 in total, but no, it's just 3. Alright, so with that, then the water will raise it once more, but through a limited time, so we have to hurry and find whichever's right here. Oh, and there we go. We go up these stairs, and what do we have here? But we have... Ah, Cheato! So let's see what kind of cheat or, you know, secret he has for us. And this is actually our third and final Cheato book, and of course, therefore, our third cheat code and final one. The traitor book has pushed its luck, so in the burning fire I'll chuck. Ugh. Sounds a little extreme. I guess that's kind of one thing that, like, if you just read a book and then you find out how that it turns out the book actually sucks so badly because, you know, bad writing or bad storytelling, you just throw it to the fire. Ugh. It's kind of a way of rage quitting. Yeah. Initially, I'll admit that I was actually going to go through the long way and just go down there, but then I just remembered, oh yeah, there's that blue war cauldron that I can just use to skip through the lair. Many tricks are up my sleeve. To save yourself, you'd better leave. Oh, we're not leaving anytime soon. We are not done with this LP just yet, Grunty. So no, we are not leaving just yet. It ain't over yet. I don't know, I'm out of commentary ideas right now. So anyway, with the third and final cheat that we just got, that was gold feathers, which means that we will be able to increase our maximum inventory of our gold feathers. It's a good thing too, because Because in the next level, and of course, especially in the third act of the game, you are going to be needing gold feathers. Trust me on that one. Doubly so since in this game, the gold feathers, like I said, are very scarce. There's not a whole lot you can collect. So because of that, like, just make sure you get that cheat code, so that way there you'll be able to increase your inventory of gold feathers. And of course, I would still advise you to save your gold feathers as well, because, you know, again, they're very scarce, and so you know, like I just said, you really you might need them for the next level that we're about to go to in the next episode, though. Excuse me. Alright, and so with that, our maximum gold feather inventory has been increased, and now we have 20 gold feathers. Gold feathers, you may have 20, but bruises, you'll still get plenty. Nah, man, my voice is, I might be getting a sore throat if I continue doing that grunty voice, but I can't help it. I kind of enjoy doing so, but, I mean, I still kind of think it needs more work, though, but I don't know if I can ever improve on that, but anyway, so I guess that's it for this video. So next time on Let's Play Banjo-Kazooie, we are going to, of course, enter our next level, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be our final level of the game. So yeah, and I'm excited for this one because the next one is actually my personal favorite level, and some of you know I actually kind of find a neat touch, but we'll see that in the next episode. So until next time, see you guys later.